Welcome to today's class. Today's class is actually a continuation of inequality part 1. So today's class is inequality part 2. So I would advise, if you have not gone through inequality part 1, go through it first before coming over to inequality part 2, because this is actually a continuation of inequality part 1. So in inequality part 1, quadratic inequality part 1, we defined the quadratic inequality and I was able to solve one example. So in today's class, we'll continue from the example 2. For what range of values of x will the inequality 10 plus x minus 2x squared be less than 0? So method 1. In method 1, think of two factors that when you multiply, you have 10. There are many factors. The two factors we are going to consider here are 5 and 2. Think of two factors that when you multiply, you have minus 2x squared. There are also many factors. The two factors we consider are 2x and x. But the question is, where will you place 2x? Where will you place x? So you place 2x here and place x here. Let me go through the step again. Two factors that when you multiply, you have what is here. Two factors that when you multiply, you have what is here. Now the factors 2x times x is not 2x minus 2x squared. So one of it should carry a negative sign. This one will carry a negative sign. The reason is this. The two factors must be such that when you cross multiply and add, it will give you the middle 10. It will give you the middle 10. So two factors that when you multiply, you have 10. Two factors that when you multiply, you have minus 2x. They must be such that when you cross multiply and add, it will give you the middle 10. As you can see, 5 times x will give you 5x. 2 times minus 2x will give you minus 4x. And that result is x. So when that is achieved, put these two in bracket. It implies that this expression is the same thing as 5 minus 2x, 2 plus x is less than 0. That's the meaning. So the next thing we do at this point is, if you go through inequality part 1, you discover that the coefficient of x squared in that one was positive. And I said when the coefficient is positive, the bigger bracket will carry opposite sign and the smaller bracket will maintain the sign. But in this one, the coefficient is negative. If the coefficient is negative, the two brackets will carry the same sign, will maintain the same sign. So that means that 5 minus 2x is less than 0. Leave a little space here. 2 plus x is less than 0. Now the next thing we do is, when 5 crosses over to this other side, it will become minus 2x is less than minus 5. Leave a little space. When 2 crosses over to the other side, you have x is less than minus 2. Now, for us to have x, we divide both sides by 2, or sorry, by minus 2. So minus 2x divided by minus 2. Anytime you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, the inequality sign will change. So this now gives us 5 over minus 2. Leave a little space. This one is already x is less than minus 2. So this minus 2 will cancel this and you are left with x is greater than negative divided by negative is positive. So x is greater than 5 over 2. X is less than minus 2. Now the next question is, this space, you either write OR, that is or. If you don't write or, you write AND, A-N-D. So for you to know the word to use, check between these two. Is it possible for a number to be greater than 5 over 2 and at the same time less than minus 2? Is it possible for a number to be greater than 5 over 2 and at the same time less than minus 2? It is not possible for a number to be greater than this and less than this. So we use the word or. Since it is not possible, we use the word or. So it therefore means that this is the answer. X is greater than 5 over 2 or x is less than minus 2. That's the answer. So we go back to method 2 to see if we have the same answer. Method 2. Let's see if we have the same answer. In method 2, the ones you have this in bracket like this, the next thing you do is equate each bracket to 0. Let's say 5 minus 2x is equal to 0, and this other bracket 2 plus x is equal to 0. If you solve this, when 5 crosses over to this other side, you have minus 2x is equal to minus 5. Then this one, x is equal to minus 2. If you divide both sides by minus 2, you have minus 2x over minus 2 is equal to minus 5 over minus 2. While this one is still x equals minus 2. So here x is equal to 5 over 2, x is equal to minus 2. So these 2 points are what we call the critical points or the points of interest, which means that on our number line, we need the point minus 2. We also need the point 5 over 2. So all the numbers this way are less than minus 2. So we have x is less than minus 2. While in between is from minus 2 is less than x is less than 5 over 2. Then this other way, all the numbers this way are greater than 5 over 2. Are greater than 5 over 2. So we prepare a table like this. For x is less than minus 2, minus 2 is less than x is less than 5 over 2, x is greater than 5 over 2. The first bracket 5 minus 2x, the next bracket 2 plus x, 2 plus x. And then the product 5 minus 2x times 2 plus x. Alright. Now, let's see what will happen. Pick any number that is less than minus 2. Can consider a number like minus 3. For this one, from minus 2 to 5 over 2, pick any number in that range. If 0 is there, 1 is there, let's use 1. Any number you use within that range will behave the same way. For this one, x, any number greater than 5 over 2, 3 is a number greater than 5 over 2. So let's consider 3. So at this point, when x is minus 3, this will be 5 minus 2 times minus 3. And so this is like saying 5 plus 6, which is 11, a positive number. We're interested with the sign, not necessarily the value. If x is 1, this will be 5 minus 2 times 1. That will give you 5 minus 2, which is 3, a positive number. If x is 3, this will be 5 minus 2 times 3, which will give you 5 minus 6, minus 1, a negative number. Over to this one. When x is minus 3, this will be 2 minus 3, which is minus 1, a negative number. If x is 1, this will be 2 plus 1, which is 3, a positive number. And if x is 3, this will be 2 plus 3, which is 5, a positive number. Now, what this means is this bracket times this bracket. When this bracket is positive, this bracket is negative. So plus times minus, that is negative. Plus times plus, positive. Negative times positive, negative. So you go to the equation. What was the sign in the equation? The sign in the equation was less than. The equation is less than. Every number less than 0 is negative. All the numbers that are less than 0 are negative. So we pick the ones that are negative. So it is this one, x less than minus 2, x greater than 5 over 2 that are negative. So it therefore means that those are the answers. So you can write it like this. Therefore, the solution set is x is such that x is less than minus 2 union, because you cannot combine the two. You cannot combine the two. That's why we use union. Union x is such that x is greater than 5/2. That's it. So you discover that this answer and the first one are the same. If you don't keep it like this, you can keep it like this. So they are the same thing. So that is all for this particular video. So that's all for this particular video. If you have any question, write in the comment section. I will respond to it. Then do well to subscribe, like, and share.